Hey, good morning, guys. DM here. I'm on my Monday morning commute into the big city. I know we had a lot of interesting things that went on in chat yesterday, and I kind of wanted to just, I've got some windshield time ahead of me. I just wanted to get some thoughts out there. You can take these or leave them, but I just, I feel like I wanted to put a little something together. So here goes. I'm gonna go ahead and do some auto farming on 8.7 while we're at it, and kind of give you something to stare at while I'm babbling. So let's talk about this Omni guy that came in. Number one, he was obviously a very strong player, had deep benches, big hitter, put some impressive numbers up on the Titan. At first blush, somebody that you would really want to have around. And I know he was funny in chat. He had some funny things to say. He seemed like he could have been an alright guy. And that was kind of my take on him. I thought, okay, here's a guy that probably came from, a stronger alliance, maybe a more competitive alliance in some ways. Might be used to that kind of thing, because it's a different culture. In any alliance you go to, it's a different group of people. Every alliance is its own little kind of subculture in this thing that we've got, and that's fine. I suppose there's no right or wrong, but the thing is, what he said in chat, at least my take on it, is a lot of what he said was tongue-in-cheek. There seemed to be a lot of undertones to what he said of a little bit of a superiority complex, maybe a little bit of, well, I say a little bit, a lot of ego. It's clear that the guy knows that he's a big deal, so to speak. And, confidence is one thing. But here's what we have. We have an alliance which is full of people who are great people. And we have a wide variety of power levels in the alliance. We have people who are free to play, who do not spend any money whatsoever, and that's perfectly fine. We have people who don't mind dropping a little bit here and there for the good deals, or getting the VIP, or, kind of nickel and diamond a little bit as they go, and that's fine too. And we've probably got some people out there, myself included, who have spent probably more than they'd like to sit down and figure up on this game. Now, in my situation, I never drop huge amounts of money at a time. It's always kind of just a deal here, a deal there, or, buy a little bit of gems here or there, save up for events, whatever. But it adds up. No doubt about it. And that's okay too. If you've got the disposable income, if you don't mind doing that sort of thing, more power to you is what I say. But don't come into an alliance swinging your roster around, trying to make people feel bad about where they're at in this game. That's just not, it's not going to fly here. Because we've got people who come in and they don't have the strongest rosters in the game. Point blank, they don't. But you know what? They come in, they hit the Titan every day, they use their war flags, they are part of the group, they do everything that's asked of them, and they 100% are part of why we're successful. They don't need to have 50 maxed 5 stars to be a valid contribution to this alliance. They don't. And while he didn't out and out come out and say that in game chat, the air that he had when he talked, you could you could just read between the lines of what he was trying to say. And I tried to step back and look at it objectively and say, okay, is this guy, what's this guy about? Is this just his personality? Because you could read it one of two ways, or maybe even a few ways. You could, okay, well, he's just an abrasive kind of guy. He's got he's got an ego on him. He's an alpha type. you know, maybe he doesn't mean anything by it. But the fact is there were conversations behind the scenes that not everyone was privy to. Specifically, conversations that he had with Mark right after the war, where it was made very clear that this guy knew exactly what was wrong with this alliance and exactly how to fix it. And the way he went about it was completely wrong. Now, we cannot be so obtuse as an alliance that we don't welcome outside opinions and constructive criticism and that kind of thing. That's not what this was. It was, in my opinion, after talking with Mark and Christina, it was very much ego-driven and not productive and not constructive. So, you know, there could be different opinions out there on what happened. As I understand it, he just went ahead and left after the Titan was over, but just so everybody's clear, he would have left either way, whether he left himself or whether he had some help leaving. So that was going to happen, period. He just, as I understand it, it was early in the morning, I didn't really catch it, and I couldn't scroll chat back far enough, but as I understand it, he just went ahead and left. That's fine. But like I said, there may be some different opinions out there on how it was handled. I know tempers were high yesterday. You know, maybe some folks out there think I think that certain members might have came down a little bit too hard on the guy. And maybe just reading through the game chat, I can understand that. But just know that there was more to this than what was put out in general chat. Know that Mark and Christina care about this alliance very much. They want to make sure that people aren't coming in here making our folks feel bad about where they're at in this game. Because you know what? At the end of the day, it's a flipping game that you play on your phone, that you match gems, and it's entertaining. It's fun. You know, don't ruin it for people by coming in and trying to, I don't know, man. It just, the whole thing just rubbed a lot of us wrong. And I'm nobody in a position of power or, you know, whatever. I'm just another alliance member like anybody else, but I have an opinion on it. And I wanted to put it out there because I don't agree with his approach at all. And I'm sure, you know, he's probably already in another alliance, and I'm sure there's a lot of alliances out there that'd be happy to have him just for the sake of his bench. But you know what? We're not like that. We would 10 times out of 10 rather have somebody that's the right fit for us, personality-wise, cohesive, you know, a spoke in the wheel, somebody that's going to get on board, be constructive, encourage people, offer help, be a good steward if you're in that position. You know, that's what I try to do, and that's just, in my opinion, that's what you need to do. You know, we were all in the position where at one point in time we only had 2 3-star heroes to rub together, and that's it. You know, and there's a wide variety of folks in this alliance, just all different kinds of power levels and stages and different things going on. We just don't have any room for it. So I'm kind of rambling at this point. I suppose I'll wrap it up. I wanted to put something out there and let folks know that if you didn't understand or completely agree with how things went down and how this guy was treated, just know that he came across pretty rough in private messages and that kind of thing, and we just weren't having it. That's the bottom line. You know, we're here to encourage each other and push each other the right way, not that way. So anyway, I'm gonna get back to driving here. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'm sure we'll see each other soon. Bye.